Now there is a tacking or basting stitch on this machine, which I was so excited when I first saw it, because this is going to save you time if you're a quilter or if you're making larger things like drapes and curtains. It'll give you a tacking or basting stitch the length that you want it, wherever you want it to be. So if you are, for instance, a quilter and you're sewing through 3 layers of fabric, so I've got my top fabric, my wadding or my batting, and then I've got the bottom fabric, normally I'd be putting lots and lots of bent safety pins all over there to hold them in place, or I'd be putting large stitches by hand, which can be very time consuming. So this is why you're going to love this on the machine. You'll need your darning foot or your free motion embroidery foot and your darning plate. Now with all of the feet on the machine, apart from this one, they're snap-on, snap-off feet. This one isn't. So you'll need to take off the foot that's on there, which will just drop off. And then this part here is called the ankle. We need to take the ankle off, and that's the little bit of the machine that holds the foot in place. So take your screwdriver, put this part somewhere safe, don't lose it. So I'm just going to loosen the screw at the side, and then your free motion foot is going to sit around the screw, but it's also got this bar that comes over the top, which needs to sit on top of the clamp that holds the needle in place, because that's what's going to make the foot bounce up and down as you're using it. So around the back of the screw, and we've got your extra high presser foot lift on here, so you can lift that right up. That's it. Tighten up the screw again. Give it a twist with the screwdriver. There we go. And then remember that bar needs to sit on top of the needle clamp, so if I move the needle up and down, you can actually see the foot bouncing around. But before we get sewing, we need to put the needle plate over the feed dogs at the bottom of the machine, because I don't want the fabric to be drawn through. I want to be in control of where I'm moving the fabric around to. Then we'll come over to the stitches, and you'll need to choose stitch number 4. So that's this one here. It actually looks like a long tacking or basting stitch. So let's go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're ready to go. Now this time, I'll put my fabric underneath the machine, put the presser foot down. Sometimes it doesn't look as though it's actually down, but just make sure that is down. And when I put my foot on the foot pedal, it'll do 1 stitch. My foot's still down on the foot pedal. I've only done 1 stitch. So now I can move my fabric across. Let me just move that stray thread and do another stitch. Move your fabric, do another stitch. Do them in straight lines. Go around curves. Do short stitches. You can do very large stitches. But wherever you move your fabric to, that's where your stitch is going to be. You're in complete control wherever you want that to be. Now when you've finished, and that could be all over your quilt, all across the bottom of your curtains or drapes, this is a really simple stitch to take out as well. So flip it over onto the back, take the bottom thread and just pull it. And the thread that's at the top simply pulls away. So it's really simple, it's really quick, and that's a stitch that I got so excited about, because that stitch is going to save you a lot of time.